Hello there, I'm John Doe, and I'll be guiding you on your journey to better understand what space looked like in 2013. And without further ado, the first topic that we'll explore is the battle satellites. Battle satellites were military satellites that were capable of spying and stopping enemies with their lasers and missiles whenever they had to. And in the Near Orbit sourcebook, we get to see a few of them. But that's only a few of them, since smart owners knew that it was best to have them unseen and undetectable. But the few that we do see are the US Air Force battle satellite that was north of our planet, and the Soviet battle sat that was at the south of it. The US Air Force also had a few spy satellites to the right and left of the planet. And another type of satellite that we see in orbit was the weather satellite that was designed to observe our atmosphere from space and send us the data to help us predict the morrow's possible weather. With the satellites now understood, the second topic will be the Lagranges. And to put it simply, the Lagranges were in short our orbit's parking spaces. L1 was, and still is, the parking space between Earth and the Moon. L2 is the parking space behind the Moon. L3 is the parking space behind our Earth. L4 is the parking space at the bottom right of our planet, and the L5 is the parking space at the top right of our planet. And I know it's not scientifically ethical to classify the Lagranges as parking lots, but I believe this action was necessary as it makes it easier for the common man such as myself to understand what the Lagranges are and where they are positioned. And with the Lagranges now understood as well, we will now head to the two most important vessels found in our orbit at the time. The first was the O'Neill 1 colony, a space station constructed by the European Agency in the early 2000s, making it the first of many large self-sustaining space colonies, and later it would also become famous for being the first independent space colony to achieve a democratic system, a feat achieved after its workers chose to revolt against the Eurospace Agency's tyranny in 2019. And during 2013, the colony was still under construction, which means that even though we see it on the map, it's still not a complete structure. Also, by the looks of it, the colony seems to have been built onto the fifth Lagrange, the Lagrange on the top right of our planet. Now, the second vessel was the Crystal Palace, and you might already know this, but the Crystal Palace was and still is a playground for the rich in space. And in the Near Orbit sourcebook, we learn that the palace was situated at the first Lagrange, the parking space in between our planet and the Moon, which is great because this meant that the Moon probably defended the base from comets and space debris that might have been within the deep space. And another thing that I saw on this map that I had not expected to see is a transfer station, which probably acted as a checkpoint for spacecrafts traveling to the Moon's colonies or to the Crystal Palace itself. With all that said, the last topic will be how long a person could expect to travel in the orbit of 2013, and I will divide these time periods into two categories, those concerning the first Lagrange and those concerning the Earth, respectively. And without further ado, I shall now begin with the first category, which concerns Lagrange 1. The first time period of this category covered the distance from Lagrange 1 to the Moon, a journey that took 2 days and a half. The second and last time period of this category concerned the time taken to travel from Lagrange 1 to 4 or 5, which was right around 5 days. The second category of time periods will be concerning the time that Earth takes to travel to its surroundings. And the first will be the time period that explains how long it took to travel from Earth to the Crystal Palace's Lagrange 1, which was just half a day. The second time period concerns time taken to travel from Earth to Lagrange 4, 3, or 5, which was surprisingly just a day and a half. The last time period of the second category was from Earth to Lagrange 2, which was right behind the Moon, and unsurprisingly, considering how far the second Lagrange was, it took right around 3 days. But that will be all for today. After all, my prime directive was to merely help you understand the basics of 2013's space. I pray I fulfilled my command, and until we meet again, Choom, may you have a whimsical day.